Blessings to you all this beautiful Sunday. The energy is high. I thought I would come live with Horus and my team to bring divine blessings to you all. It is a delight to bring this beautiful energy and light, working with my team to bring forth blessings, to bring forth healing, to bring forth activation. I want to bring forth messages of love, light and healing as I'm connecting with the golden light and the rainbow rays coming forth, anchoring this beautiful energy and light to you all. So we're now connecting with our heart space. We connect with a higher of love, healing, bringing forth the golden light of the great central sun, connecting with the rainbow rays of light, bringing forth love and healing. Connecting with the sounds, the cosmic sounds of the great central sun, I bring forth this abundance of love, of light, and of healing to you all. Connect now, dear ones, with the Grail cup and fill it with the elixir of love. Connecting now, bringing forth this abundance of energy, this abundance of love, this abundance of grace coming in from the higher realms. Time, dear ones, just to focus for that moment on the vortex of your hearts. It's now time to bring forth the messages coming in from Spirit. And I've been asked to work with the energy of the 4 directions. The 4 directions of the medicine wheel, bringing forth this beautiful energy to Mother Earth. And as we are now joined together in sacred ceremony, I want to work and connect to the energy of the medicine wheel and to Spirit, and to bring forth their messages of love, light and healing. As I connect now, I connect with the guardians of the 4 corners and to Mother Earth and to Father Sky and to the angels, the guides, the ancestors, the sacred ones. And I call and welcome you in now as we share in this love and this connection. Thank you for creating this sacred circle, a beautiful and safe space, so that we can come together to learn and to grow. Let us come together in this sacred circle to develop a deeper connection, so that we can explore our love and our gifts and our abilities, connecting with our intuition, so that we can hear more clearly, feel more clearly, and see more clearly, and know that the messages of guidance that come through at this time touch our hearts, so that we can move forth into the world and touch the hearts of those around us with love, with light and with compassion. Therefore, we set this intention to learn these lessons that are coming forth from the spirit world, and to use these messages of love and guidance so that we can move forth into this world around us, to share this love, this compassion and this light and the healing energy. Guardians of the East, angels of the air, thank you for bringing your presence and blessings. Guardians of the South, angels of fire, thank you for bringing your presence and blessings. Guardians of the West, angels of water, thank you for bringing your presence and blessings. Guardians of the North, angels of the earth, thank you for bringing your presence and blessings. With strong roots, we ground ourselves into Mother Earth and we connect with Father Sky. So I'm now going to connect now, and I have a deck here on this here, and I'm just going to be, and I've got there's 5 cards I've got here, So I'm going to be working from the Angels and Ancestors, Oracle deck. So I'm just going to start now connecting. So I'm going to start with the center card here. So I'm going to take that card and that card here. Okay, so the card here, it says it's great teacher, and it's learn from the spiritual existence. And we have here the very essence of the Christ energy and the dove of peace and the great teacher. And as we are connecting now with that Christed light, that golden light, the golden light of the great central sun, bringing forth this beautiful abundance of love, peace and compassion, more importantly, unity. And as we are looking there, we have the Christ energy, the dove of peace, and in the background we have the great flower of life. The great flower of life encompasses the all. It brings us back into that center point. It brings us back into that unified consciousness. For we are here to bring this back into center point. We're here at this time bringing back the sacred teachings far and wide from the ancients, from the ancestors, bringing that energy back into this now. Because it is, as we are connecting with the teachings far and wide, bringing that back, the sacred teaching of the Christed light, which is love, the essence of love, the essence of connecting with our true qualities. And that is what the sacred teachings and the wisdom enables us to do at this time. So as I'm now connecting with that Christed light to bring in that beautiful collective energy, this collective essence, I now want to connect with the energy of the north. As I connect with the energy of the north, I want to connect with the earth. And this is the card now that brings us in. And it is the Mirror Guardian. And as we connect with the north and the metaphor of the north, I want to connect now, certainly with the energy that's around us at this time. It may feel that we're in a very challenging time currently. So many different things are happening across the Earth Mother. Many challenges are besetting us at this time. And the Mirror Guardian is about taking the time for us to reflect upon ourselves, taking the time for us to rejuvenate, taking that time to step back from the challenges and the chaos, but also is telling us to prepare our energy. So it's inviting us now to reflect, and from that connection, as we are reflecting, connecting with our inner selves, connecting with the vortices of our hearts, because this is the time that Spirit are now telling us to do, to connect with our inner. So as we are now connecting with that, when we connect more fully with our inner and with our heart and with our qualities, we are then therefore through that reflection able to see that love and that compassion shining back at us. And it's time to connect with the inner, the heart, the inner child, the inner space that's lying deep in essence. And it's interesting because as we do that, we are able to connect with that love frequency in that time of great challenge. And it is a mastery when there is so much going on in the world that is around us. Spirit are calling us to work, not just upon ourselves, but to embrace the wider, to embrace humanity, to embrace the community cohesion, to support, to be that light in that world that is around us. As I now doing that, I want to connect now with the South, and as I connect with South, I connect with the fires, and as I'm connecting with that, it's actually saying it's broken arrow, but this is actually an invitation to embrace the energy of peace, because we are in this uncertain time with certain things happening at Earth level, at planetary level. It may feel to us there are uncertain times. The energy of political change, the energy of the pandemic. People are feeling uncertain about their livelihoods, about their jobs, about those whom are around us at this time. So it is about embracing the energy of peace. And this is what Spirit are asking us to do. It's interesting because we have the mirror, which is telling us is north, and then we have got the broken arrow down in south, which is telling us to embrace the energy of peace. So as we are connecting with that energy, again, that is bringing back the flow of balance of north and south. That again, bringing that poles, the north and south as a polarity. As we're bringing that into that connection and oneness, it's about that inner connection. So the broken arrow, but it's interesting because again it's looking at time itself. It's like a compass. If you have a look, it looks very similar to a compass, and it looks connecting with the four directions and the four corners, and that also takes me into the Mayan energy that's taking place. Certain activations are taking place down south in Yucatan, in the Mayan region. As we are embracing change, we are preparing Solstice Gateway. And again, certain energetic changes are taking place down in the south. It is a balancing energy. I'm also wanting to connect with Machu Picchu as I'm connecting with that. Energetic center Machu Picchu, which very much embraces the emotional aspects of the earth. The energetic vortex Earth Mother carries upon her shoulders. She carries that emotional. She is feeling the anguish, the uncertainty, the pain that many souls are embracing at this time. That is very much an energy center focusing around emotions, and a lot of releases taking place, certainly over the past couple of days. A lot of releasing, a lot of solar plexus movements, releasing from the solar plexus. So if you felt releasing, from the solar plexus, it's perfectly normal, because that's what the energy is about at this time. I also now want to go to the east. And as I'm going to the east, I want to connect now with the air. So I'm bringing that in. um, with the air. So this is the east, and that's it. Really interesting because the eagle represents, and as we connecting with the air, and the angels of the air, which is eagle spirit, we are connecting with, and we are being called at this time to connect with higher perspective, to connect with a higher wisdom, to connect with the wider. Many activations are taking place at this time, enabling us to connect more with the unseen, understanding what is the true essence of spiritual connection with the unseen, the connection with the unseen forces, connection to spirit world is very much the essence of spiritual awakening. We are looking at the world around us and casting opinions. That is not the essence of spiritual awakening. Spiritual awakening is actually connection to spirit world, connection with unseen realities, that's reaching out to make that connection. So they also will be taking you into higher perspective. Higher perspective brings you up, releasing you from the third dimensional paradigm, from the material world into a very much higher perspective, 5D consciousness. 5D consciousness is where we are there connecting up with the realities, the unseen, our spirit guides, our angelics. We are actually seeing, receiving their love, their blessings, seeing their spirits around us, that wisdom. We're also connecting with higher consciousness as well, understanding through our Akashic history, what we have, connecting with our Akashic history, we are able then to bring in a lot more abundance and wisdom. So I now want to connect with the Guardian of the West. And as I'm connecting with that, I connect with water energy. And as I'm connecting with water, the drum. And it says drum, and it's about dream and journeying. And this is very interesting because North and South is very much about the material and what's happening on the material front, whereas East and West is very much about the spiritual front. What enables us and helps us to connect up to a deeper sense of reality, to the unseen. So we have the eagle and the drum, and that's very interesting how that's come about. So as we are connecting with the drum, that raises our frequency and vibration. And it is about raising the frequency and vibration, connecting with the different sounds of the drum. We are able to shift. This is the journey of the shamanic. You can shift yourself through the dimensions, and this is what Eagle Spirit and the drum is telling us, to connect with our essence, to connect with the flow of the energy, allowing our frequency and vibration to transcend up and down. For me, the drum is my heart, my beats of my heart. Okay, and as you're listening to the vortex of your heart, you can hear the drum beating. Okay, so you don't need a physical drum, because the drum represents the heart space. The drum represents the heart space and how your heart beats. So you will then connecting with your heart. And as you can listen to the beating of the heart, the beating of the drum. And that brings you into a higher sphere. We're therefore able to connect with different realities. What Spirit are now telling us to do with the drum and the drum? We are there connecting with higher perspective, connecting to Spirit. They will show things through journeying, through connection, through meditation, and through our dream state. So if we are receiving an abundance through dream state, we are therefore able, of spirit world trying to connect with us, whether it be through symbols, whether it be through numbers, whether it be through dreams, or we may even have our loved ones come into our dream state. Dreams, when I do, which is spirit based, and you will have that spirit based. Often I've had my main guide coming into my dream to tell me things. So there is ways of doing that as well as he will tell me as I'm see, hear and feeling him. I can see him standing just here. I can see, yeah, he's standing just here at the moment. That's my main guide. So we then start connecting with spirit world. And they communicate through different means. So this is interesting how, as we are connecting with the four directions, there was a balance of working with both spirit and with matter and with what is happening with the earth at this time. They have asked me to this point. Now, I have shared this with you all on previous lives, and it is about the transcending ourselves from the heart space. As we're connecting with our heart space, transcending ourselves from the realities of the material 3D and taking ourselves up into 5D. As we do that, say this cube here is what confines us in this space and reality, and this cube is 3D. So within 3D we're inside this box, and for many souls that box is closed. Often these souls are like, well, they may think it's karma, they may think it's God, they may think they want to point a finger at something or some other force and not looking at their own actions and inactions and the state of their life and where they are at in this now. So basically, if you're inside a box, you may be following a religion, an institution, or government or political agendas. They're all contained inside this box. Anything that's going to create a separation consciousness, anything that's going to get in the way of expressing or evolving and unifying. Earth teachings contained in here. Earth teachings reap forth many great distortions. Okay, that those distorted fields also create judgments and false judgments. So when we are in here, we are, in this energy that is judging, fear, and so forth. And it's not that space that we want to be in, because That is what will separate us when we're casting opinions on earth matters, and events that are happening around us. That's contained here. So we have the north and the south that's contained within here. And what we are therefore happening when we're going into east and west, we are now coming in to this emerald gateway. This emerald gateway, which is like a labyrinth, and this labyrinth, this emerald gateway, is the heart space, the heart center, the emerald light, the emerald gateway. It provides healing, it provides knowledge. It is the connection to the halls of Amenti, the halls of records, the halls of learning, whatever you will it to be. This is where you connect with yourself and connect with your inner. And as you are learning and you're expanding and connecting with spirit world within inside the halls of Amenti, you're elevating levels of your consciousness as you transcend the many halls of Amenti. And it's this interesting because 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, about 7. I'm aiming to be 7 levels because there's 7 levels in the halls of Amenti. So basically, this is the elevation of consciousness, but it's not the consciousness, the elevation of lower consciousness. It's enabling you to connect up with your higher consciousness, your super consciousness. So in here, this heart space, connecting with the flow, connecting with love, connecting with purity, hope, knowledge, wisdom, truth, all these different faculties. This is where we are at. And that enables your space to become golden. And as you are golden, you've embraced your ascension plan. You're embracing your ascension plan. You're embracing your embodiment. You're bringing in the different aspects, coming in the different aspects. This is the Christed energy, the golden light. The golden light is the Christed field, the Christed light. So you embrace that. You embrace that. And when you're embracing that, it becomes an everyday life. It's an everyday life. I personally, sometimes for me, when I'm on this journey, I'm going to say that I've been blessed, that I've made some very sacred connections around the world. It is kind of a journey. It is a journey of connection, not a journey of researching. And a lot of people have come to me, what books did you read? What books? I don't read books. I do a lot of connection, heart connection, connection to spirit world, connection with my spirit guides. That's what I do. I don't research. Sometimes what happens when mediums and shamans are getting together and they're sharing their messages, you have a synchronicity. I'm experiencing that myself with a beautiful soul. Synchronicity. This is what happens. And you connect with other souls as well. That forms part of that beautiful sacred circle. And those messages you share within that sacred circle, because the message from spirit is one and the same. It's synchronicity. Messages from spirit world are not messages that are formulated from the mind to satisfy what is happening on the earth. Spirit do not concern themselves or give comment about political leaders. They don't comment about who's going to win the election. What they will say is that they will say through the messages if there is change. And yes, we are embracing change. What they will say is that all leaders have been called, all leaders have their plans, and all leaders sit before the soul councils just like any other souls. But souls will also, who are embracing leadership of nations, have a special karmic agreement. That I do know, because of the karmic responsibility that they have for many souls that are sitting inside their nation, because they have to make decisions, and those decisions affect the wider. So there is a special karmic agreement, and it is a path of evolution. So, you know, when we are sitting up at 5D, we're not sitting inside the cardboard box. We see a much wider perspective. You see things from spirit speaking. What is happening in the spirit world? What happens when we come down? Prior to our incarnations, we plan. We set into motion certain plans and certain lessons. This is what happens, life between lives. If we're connecting with life between lives, that is what normal structural process of incarnation, that the soul will want to explore, learn, and adapt to certain lessons, because that soul wants to experience those certain lessons. Soul plan and evolution. I have connected with many elements of my Akashic record, and as I've done that, I've actually come to understand through the knowledge of my own soul journey and that of Horus's soul journey, is that we had a plan, and those plans, and we had come back because we need to address certain thing that was happening in that particular lifetime and era that is going to happen now. Like, I've worked in this lifetime, I've worked at the healing and releasing of the Knights Templar, and that has come back into this field. That has resulted with Pope Benedict pardoning the Knights Templar, which needed that release, that healing, and certainly contributing to the essence and healing of the divine masculine. So again, I have worked in this lifetime on an essence and element that has happened back in 1300s, a pain that has affected the hundreds of years, and also bridging the connection between Jacques de Molay, who was an incarnation of Horus, and Joan of Arc. Joan of Arc, beloved of Horus, Joan of Arc, beloved of Jacques de Molay. She was there on mission. There is a connection with that particular lifetime, and I could tell you that because it's part of my Akashic records. The connection of Joan of Arc with that of the Templar Knights. And it is very interesting because so much is coming through into my sphere with regards to the Templar energy. I drew this not so long ago. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is an 8-pointed star. 8-pointed star, as you can see. A lot is coming through with regards to the Templar Cross and the Divine Feminine energy. And there is a lot of transcending coming through with regards and the connection with the Templar Knights. The Templar Knights, the connection with Easter Islands, and also the indigenous tribes. There's stuff that's I'm running through here, working on some symbols here, and you know, these are again standing rock connections. I'm getting Novia Scotia, standing rock connections, standing rock, the Great Sioux Nation, the chiefs of the Great Sioux Nation back in 1800s. Grey Eagle was Hugh de Pienne, the first Grandmaster Knight Templar. Running Antelope, he was Godfrey. You know, and I know a few others that also embraced the Templar Knights back in you know, so different time eras. So there are connections. It's the energetic connections, and the more that we connect with the Akashic records, the more we are connected with different timelines, the more we can collaborate together, the sacred teachings, and understanding how everything connects together. So yes, we have that connecting in through not only through a collective timeline, but also at individual Akashic level. So it is a collaboration. Also working with the eagle energy, connecting with the temples of Atlantis, working with the eagle energy of Atlantis, and a lot of different energies are activating at this time. Certainly the White Brotherhood of Atlantis, working with the White Eagle energy from the temples of Atlantis. So it is a very poignant time, as we are preparing for 2021. And shifts are taking place in 2021. We are moving forward into the year of 5, where we are connecting with the elements. This is interesting because this year is about the connection with the directions, the 4 directions, and the 4 seasons and the 4 elements. This is interesting because I'm now bringing in the Crystal Mandala deck, and one card's just slipped out, so that's probably Spirit telling me that I need to very interesting. This is Goddess Isis crystal. That is telling me I need to just quickly go and get my other book. Just bear with me a moment. Because there's another one I need to share, and I don't think I have it on my hand. Just bear with me a moment. No, I don't think I have it. Oh, I might. Is that it? Might be in one of these. But it really goes back to there's a picture that I painted. Down here. Yes, it's down here. Thank you. Finally found it, I think. Right. again, we are now pointing to the Lakota star. This is interesting because when I connected with that, I connect with this. Okay. Now, oh, it's the energy. So if you look at the wings, again, this is something that I've been connecting with. Yes, we've been working with some of the sacred teachings. This is the energy of Lakota. Also, the seraph energy comes in with that particular energy. But this is certain energies and frequencies I personally have been working with. Again, timelines back in the Great Sioux Nation, back in 1800s. I've been working in that energy, Black Hills and so forth, but also other timelines. Certainly the Mayan frequencies are coming through. Now, they say, okay, Isis, definitely Isis. Well, again, I embrace that energy and I embrace that aspect because I'm working fully with that energy, that aspect of myself, working with Horus. So it says she will always prevail. And this is the energy and light that the light and the light that we are working with will always prevail. It is about shining the elements and essence of truth. And as we are connecting with truth, connecting with different energies, connecting with different timelines, bringing those sacred teachings into this now, and bridging everything together as the whole, as in one as essence of consciousness. We are therefore bringing that energy together. The essence of Isis is also working with this, which is an ancient tradition. It's not just native tradition where we're looking at the Lakota star. Lakota star is the very essence of Venus, the morning star. And we got, again, embracing the seraph energy and the white eagle brotherhood. This goes back to the temples of ancient Greece, and certainly the temples that lie under the depths of the oceans, Poseida, the Isle of Poseida, the Emerald City, Temple of Purification, and so forth. So, you know, again, the eagle energy goes back to the time of Zeus and Olympia as well. So, again, all this energy, bringing the teachings, bringing this teachings and the collaboration of teachings. Not only that, connecting with native teachings, First Nation teachings, connecting with Egypt, connecting again with Atlantis, Lemuria, bringing everything back into the whole. It is done through the shamanic line, the connection to the ancient traditions, through the Akashic line as well, connecting with that Akashic energy. You are able to bring that energy to the forefront. This is not about researching or reading books. It is about the essence of connection. The essence of connection. And it's interesting because this is what it is about. It is about shining the light shining the light on truth. And this is done through love and compassion, because when we are working in the energy of love and compassion, we want only the truth to be shared, and we are filters. We become filters, and and we don't like any elements or essence of distortions. We become more aware when something is coming through the distorted field, and we will say, no, this is not how it is. This is not how it is, because have you considered this, this, and this? A lot of that is coming in at this time. And it is about the connection to the higher realms. So the connection to the eagle and the drum. What I am also going to do now, as I'm connecting with this energy on this card, I want to say it is time to empower yourself. As I'm connecting now, it is an empowerment card and an empowerment message that I'm receiving coming through. Okay, so I now want to, yes, they're telling me to, right, they're telling me to pick another card as well. I want to start because they say that I need to channel. All right, so I'm going to use it's a Crystal Mandala Oracle deck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick another card to complement this other card, which is Isis. Okay, right. Okay. Right, this is interesting. Very interesting. It is Ascended Master Babaji, Diamond, so it shall be. So it shall be. She will always prevail, so it shall be. This is very interesting. Very interesting, but I'm getting drawn to this card, see if that's anything, and it's spiritual connection. Spiritual connection, Ascended Master Germain and Amethyst. Right, this is about the connection to higher spheres and higher light. Okay, so again, this is the message that I feel that's transcended right throughout our sacred circle today, our live sacred circle. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to sit here in my space and start connecting. as we gather around in the garden like roses, beautiful and free, we connect with our hearts and we connect from a higher perspective, for it is from within our hearts that we bring all manners of truth. For when we are connecting to the spirit world, it is always that connection through our heart space and not our mind. We, through connection, shift beyond the material reality into a reality that is much wider and much limitless and timeless. It is in that reality that we see the essence of truth from a much higher sphere, and that truth is just a simple truth. It is a message of love. For when you transcend through the higher frequencies and dimensions, you transcend the very essence of what is understood upon your earth plane. You transcend those mirrors that are reflecting upon your hearts from a much lower plane. You transcend into a much higher sphere of consciousness and reality, knowing that from a higher sphere and a higher reality that there is no judgment, there is healing, there is release. We are at this time working with many hearts to bring this love and truth back to the earth, so that the wider can connect with this essence and reality. For the essence of true enlightenment comes from the sphere of love and purity. There is much work to be done here upon your earth, to understand and to understand the true essence of love, the true essence of unity, and to embrace these facets so that your soul can prosper, evolve and grow and ascend. The energy of light at this time is all revealing. Spirit at this time is coming through to reveal many truths and to shine light This is in alignment with the current cosmic energies that is transpiring within this system of worlds. Therefore, we must return back to the center, and it is from this center point that we connect with a deeper meaning and energy of love, purity and compassion. I leave you with every blessing. Thank you. I now want to connect with you all in this sacred circle of light. And as we connect in this sacred circle of light, just to join our hands together around the world to bring forth healing to those whom are in need of it at this time, connecting with those souls who are in hospital, whom are in care and care homes, whom are ill, injured and frail, and whom are facing emotional and mental uncertainty. I also want to connect and send healing to the homeless, to those whom are facing hardship and famine and conflict, to those whom are conflicted, to those whom are facing uncertainty through the current status of the earth, through change, and the direct and indirect consequence of the current pandemic. Sending forth guidance and healing to all leaders of the earth and to those whom are in power, making decisions affecting lives at this time, that they may be led in making the correct decisions. I also want to connect with the animal kingdom and to nature spirit, and to bring forth healing and abundance, connecting with the animals who are unwell, whom are receiving veterinary treatment and care, and those animals facing extinction, that we may learn to love and to honour the Earth Mother and animal spirit. So it is done. Blessings to you all. God bless you all. Thank you for joining me in this space of love, in this space of healing and space of light. God bless you all. Enjoy your Sunday. God bless. Namaste. Blessings.